To not have Linda. At one time, I didn't think it would actually end. It's such a foreign concept not to have Linda in our lives, all of us. It seems so odd and so unreal. She had this incredible way, as we talked about, to love and support and guide and give great perspective on life. Just a little bit of history. When she had the reoccurrence of her disease, we realized that time might be limited. It wasn't going to be a long, long, long time, although it was a lot longer than we thought. So what I decided to do is call her every morning. And so almost every morning at 8 o'clock Pacific time, 10 o'clock in Chicago where I lived, I'd call, we'd talk for a few minutes or sometimes longer, but every weekday, just about, for many years, we had our visit. And I came out here about every 2 or 3 months for a day or two just to check in with her and to make sure she was okay and to try to help out in any way I could. 2,000 miles didn't seem like 2,000 miles because Linda had a way of being with you, and it's like she's with us now, and she has always been that way for me. We almost forgot that time seemed to be limited, because with Linda there were no limits. Sometimes it was almost like the Steve Jobs alternative reality, but that's the way that she lived. She was unlimited with her fresh and creative thinking about the possibilities, the future, the uncharted. She was always ahead of things and how to make a difference. She was my creative North Star and so much more, never failing to inspire me to think beyond my self-imposed limits. It was the freedom of this thinking that was almost hypnotic. You could get lost in the possibilities that she outlined. And of course, you could get lost in her stories, where she never let the truth get in the way of a good story, but that was Linda. We first met on location in 1975. I was the agency producer for Kraft Macaroni and Cheese. She was the line producer with Mr. Jack Stewart, who was directing there. I had selected Jack to be the director, and Linda had just come back from Northern California and was starting to produce again. And it was really a great time. We had a week in Madison. It was the middle of winter, and so we had dinner one night. And so I guess because Jack was paying for the meal, it was just the two of us, we tried to order the most expensive thing on the menu. Unfortunately, it was Madison in the middle of winter, and we ordered lobster, and of course we got food poisoning. But we'd impress each other with our sophisticated culinary intent and the cost that we passed on to Jack. We said to each other at the end of the week in 1975, and this is true, we said, I wonder if we're going to be friends for life. We had an instant bonding there, and we just clicked, and it did last a lifetime, although 42 years wasn't quite enough. What Linda gave me was immense and very difficult to put into words, but you know what I'm talking about. Linda's with me every day, especially when I'm with you. I have many friends in this room, and I've never known any of you without Linda. So she lives, for me, she lives on through you. As a result, my life won't be quite the same, not quite as rich. I will love and cherish what she meant to me and what you mean to me as well. I look up and look inside and will always feel my North Star, Linda.